for him, but that we have a very flexible schedule with homeschooling, but at the same time he gets the one-on-one help, which is great. And I think some things I would suggest are, you know, for myself is just, for other people too, is to just be anchored. I feel like over the years, my faith has been an anchor for me. When I face challenging situations, fearful situations, or when I didn't know what to expect for the future, my faith has really helped me stay grounded. And so that's one thing. There are a few other things too that I think can be helpful. Another thing I think can be helpful is just giving, especially for moms and women, to give yourself permission to pause. Because even pause as I say it, but I mean, I think it's sometimes we can just be going and going and going, like we're sort of on a horse and we're just going. I think it's important to take control of the reins of your life sometimes and make sure you're still heading in the right direction. I think sometimes we can get caught up in the busyness of business and get off the path that we really want to be on. Another thing I think is important to do is to heal so that you can deal. And by that what I mean is sometimes, you know, we experience trauma or tragedies, and sometimes we can think that if we just ignore those things that they'll just go away. I think it's important to allow yourself sometimes to grieve or to go through dealing with those things in the past so that you can help others. And you know, a good analogy I think is when you have an injury. I know people who've had injuries like to a leg, and sometimes to heal you have to go through physical therapy. And I have a friend who decided that after 1 or 2 sessions of physical therapy that they didn't want to endure the pain of the physical therapy, and so as a consequence they forever have lost some functionality in that leg. And I think it can happen to us too when we're not willing to deal with those wounds and things. And then finally, I think it's important to give up perfectionism. You know,
that's such a yes. And so many women, I know myself. Actually, I've done very well lately without giving it up. Sometimes too well, but
it can be
so
paralyzing.
many women are perfectionists, and it's like when you're trying to write a book, and every word is so important, and you never get it published. Or
yeah. I think it's just, it can be a trap and it can paralyze you. But you know, I think about looking to we all have gifts. If you look to the giver of the gifts, it can help you be okay with your weaknesses, and you remember that this talent or this gift that I have, it was given to me, and so I can use it, and I don't have to focus on being perfect in order to use it.
That's great information, and the tips for moms and for all women, basically. Yeah. And I like the pause, because as you say that, and I'm glad you paused, and I ended up pausing, which is very important for all of us because we don't do that enough. You're right.
No,
we just continue, and you don't have a chance to reflect or think or bring things together in your life and see, am I really doing what's important to do, or what I said was important to me? Am I really doing that?
Yeah, and you can come up with a regimen. Maybe on a Sunday night, you give yourself a few minutes to think about what your values are and what's important for the week, so that you make sure you execute those priorities for the week, or you know, have a little getaway or whatever.
This is I don't know if we've covered it, but I was thinking about practical advice for women looking to make changes in their lives, and that comes out of these tips. Do you have some additional things?
Yeah, I guess another one I would suggest to women is, excuse me, is to call your girlfriends, call friends when you need support. You know, we can be such a great support to one another if we, you know, when we're going through tough times, if we just call people who are safe, you know, ask for advice, ask for support. And that can be just so empowering when you have other women who can, you know, sometimes we have negative tapes that play in our mind. In the coaching world, we call it our inner critic, and sometimes our girlfriends can help us counter those thoughts and those negative thoughts and help us get over the hump.
That's great. And I can see your coach, I'm sure you were a wonderful coach, and especially to help women. Tell us, before we give your information about how people can get a hold of you, how do you envision helping women in the future, women in the area? Or
Well, I do offer coaching services. I have a particular interest, as we mentioned, in helping moms find balance. So if you're a mom and you're trying to start a business, or you just want to strike a better balance with work and family, or just priorities. I have an interest in helping moms. I'm available for coaching that way. Nonprofit leaders. Often these are people who work tirelessly to serve others, and often their needs get forgotten or get put on the shelf. And so I have an interest in helping nonprofit leaders get their needs met a little bit better. And then finally, through group coaching. And group coaching is just where you have 3 to 5 women come together once a week as a group to do coaching. And so those are some ways that I'd like
those
to
are
help.
wonderful opportunities and places that to help in our community and to help particularly the women through your coaching. That's great. I mean, how can people get a hold of you?
Well, they can reach me through email, and my email address is Lena, L-E-N-A, Jack, J-A-C-K, @comcast.net. And so I'd be happy to hear from people.
Yes, great, wonderful. Thank you so much for coming and telling us about your ideas helping women in the future.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I hope you've enjoyed meeting our guest, Lena Jackson, as much as I have, and you're inspired by her passions. If you know a woman whose winning ways are contributing to our community, please email us. We are Woman's World TV at AOL.com. Remember, it's a woman's world. I'm Carolyn Bruna. See you next time.
Hey, Sarah.
Oh my gosh, he's so cute. How do you know Cal?
Come on, Donovan, do it like I taught you. Love the new tattoo, Sarah. Let's go!
Dude, what?
Dude, that's Sarah. The girl in the pink shirt. That's the girl I was telling you about.
Oh, that's Sarah?
Theater 2 on your left. Hey, Sarah. What color underwear today?
Hey, Sarah. So when are you going to post something new?
Anything you post online, anyone can see. Family, friends,
See you later, Sarah.
even not so friendly people. Think before you post.